What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It's your girl, Miss Honey. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. It is Wednesday, and I am coming in here with my review for The Passage, which is a Fox show that I am now reviewing. And thank you to everyone who gets down in those comments. You guys wait on me so patiently to come on here and do this review. And I want you guys to feel every piece. Shout out to Tony Baker. Feel every piece, okay, of this review. So typically what happens is I watch it on Monday night, and then I watch it Tuesday morning, and then when I get to work, while I'm in the parking deck, I do the review, right? So, you know, that's how I want it to work typically. But if I have only watched it once, I will not come on with a review, and that's how y'all know that your girl is busy. Like, work is crazy right now. And y'all know I got a lot of personal responsibilities, so as soon as I get done with that, I got to head down to my parents' house and do woo with them. So a lot of times, like right now, not a lot of times, but like right now, it's Wednesday, but I've watched it twice, okay? And I'm taking notes, okay? Lots of notes. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, yes. I want you to feel every piece of this. So if you're new to my channel, you like this show, you want to enjoy a detailed review, go ahead and hit that sub button there, that subscription button there, and the little bell right next to it, so you know when I pop up a video, whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday sometimes if I'm busy. But you'll know when I'm here and I'm ready to go and ready to give you guys a great review. So also, don't forget to get that thumbs up bell. Y'all know what that means. That's like saying, hey, Miss Honey, as well as comment down below. Y'all know I love it when y'all talk to me. Okay, so let's talk about this episode. Because when I first saw this episode, the devil tried to trick me. He did. He wanted me to go to a real obvious place in this whole thing. But I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because, you know what I'm saying? I feel like God is saying something bigger than you know, the obvious things. Y'all know how we do. All right. So this episode is The Passage, Season 1, Episode 4, Whose Blood Is That? Ooh. So, of course, y'all know I break it up between Team Good and Team Evil. And when I watched the episode the first time, I felt like Team Evil kind of dominated the episode. I felt like my section for Team Evil in terms of notes was going to be huge. And I was going to just like really quickly run through Team Good. When I watched it the second time, I realized, oh, no. This thing is right here. It's right here. It's neck and neck. Okay? They neck and neck, good and evil. You know what I'm saying? Good take a shot. Evil stumble back. Evil take a shot. Boom. Good stumble back. Okay? Evil go down and check his mouth for blood. And good is touching his head, checking it for blood. Evil done opened up a cut on the side. Like, yeah, it ain't, you know, it's blow for blow. It's blow for blow. It could go either way right now. All right? So let's get into this. Team Good. Anthony Carter opens the episode. He's having a dream about some red-headed lady that we're going to call Ginger. Ginger, he and Ginger are kissing, and then we see Ginger floating, apparently dead in water. I mean, I was like, what's happening here? What's going on? Why? No, why are you? No, don't. Okay, but we're going to talk about it. So he wakes up and the sun has come through the windows, and he is, he's shunning it. Hurry up and close the blind. Looks over at the warning sign on his wall. Okay, well, Amy next door, she talking to Brad. She is panicking. She's like, I don't know enough. I don't feel like we far advanced enough in our plan to get the heck up out of here. All I know is the steps from the bathroom to the elevator and the bathroom to my room. And that's all I really know right now. What is we going to do? How is we going to do this? You know, and she throwing out all kinds of questions about, she worried about Anthony and what's going on with Anthony. Is the same thing gonna happen to me? And she point to the warning signs on the wall, the writing on the wall. Okay, y'all with me? All right, so he telling her, wait a minute, wait, what are you doing right now? What's happening with you? She was like, oh, panicking. Exactly. And we're not gonna do what? She was like, panic. He was like, okay, listen. I am going to find out what's going on. I'm going to see what's happening. I'll check on Anthony, and then we're going to go from there, okay? And he goes to the door and knocks on the door and gets the guards to the door. When the guards get to the door, they say, what's going on? What's wrong with you? And he points to the warning sign, and he said, I got all of that. I need to see Jonah. Jonah is down in 4B with the virals, and he's on his computer and he's looking at brain activity for each one of the virals, and he is noticing that the activity has increased. Now the Asian doctor, the one that's ripe and ready to be fodder, to be vamp fodder, he is you know kind of halfway joking. What are you looking at? What do you expect to find? And Jonah goes ahead and explains the obvious to him. They have cognitive ability, okay, even if it's on a psychic level, all right? They're talking to one another. And the Asian doctor notices that there is a large spike in one of the virals, one of the vamps. And he says, who is this with all of this activity here that we see? And Jonah says, that's Fanning. Okay, he knows that Fanning is in the people's dreams. He knows that there is something going on. There's a type of communication that is going on that is beyond their level, and it's something they need to be paying attention to. It's something they need to be watching. It's something they need to be sounding the alarm on. Okay, Jonah knows. As Brad gets to go and talk with Jonah as well as with Dr. British, Amy and Anthony sending kikes. You get it? Because that's prison communication and they're kind of locked up. Okay, so anyway. They sending kikes and they just trying to connect in whatever way they can. You know what I'm saying? Still both trying to feel human. They both got these warning signs. Anthony's is a little bit more looming. What's going on with him? Now remember, the first episode we learned that the younger you are, the longer it takes for you to begin to turn into the bloodsucker, right? Okay, so Anthony is the youngest one out of all of them, with the exception of now Amy. Okay, so what the virals need is, first of all, Fanning is the leader. Fanning needs all the virals to be on one accord. He needs all of their energy and all of their evil energy and powers, so that he can operate at full capacity, because each one of them is a piece of him. All right. So if you got 5 and everybody's doing what you need them to do, firing all cylinders, you got Anthony and you got Amy. Okay, and they not firing on all them cylinders. So you're gonna always have like a weak part or a sort of weakness in what you got going on, because you got 2 that's a part of the whole, that 2 puzzle pieces that don't even fit in there. They refuse to fit in there. So Fanning is doing what he has to do to get what he wants, which is ultimately to get out of there and to suck all the blood that they can get, they can eat. Okay, run the whole universe. All right, but in order to do that, he need Anthony. He need Anthony, and Amy knows something going on with Anthony. Now she being real sweet. How fast can you run? And they you know, writing back and forth, white piece of paper and blue crayon. It's all just so lovely, and Anthony enjoys it because it gets his mind off of things, and he ain't got to worry about Fanning. But he knows it's sunlight. Also, he's recognizing that he's not eating, okay? And when it's all said and done, the last note that him and Amy write, he cough out blood and his teeth or tooth The longest tooth I've ever seen. You know, your teeth aren't just right here. Y'all know that, right? They got a whole root system. Your tooth is actually like this long. It's gross. Anyway, so he's had all the warning symptoms. Brad goes to talk to Jonah and Dr. British, and he lets Dr. British know that Amy's going a little bit stir crazy. We must do something. How about some fresh air? I mean, she's 10. So he's able to talk them into building a tree house for Amy. Now, mind you, Brad draws the tree house out, exactly what it is that he wants, and gives the book to Amy and say, hey, add your own embellishments to it. She looks at him and adds her own embellishments. In this case, she adds fire, like it's burning up. You know, her thing is to act surly, and he's doing what it is he can to appease her. When in actuality, they're working in tandem. They're working together. And I know what y'all thinking. Amy probably has the same ability to enter into people's minds, just like all the other vamps. And she probably reading his mind and know what he wants. Listen, this was the way it was episode 2. Episode 3, whenever that was, they got into the CDC compound. They had already built a trust. They had already formed this relationship, this connection where they have an understanding. And she just kind of co-signs whatever it is he needs her to do. She just kind of knows. And I don't think it's all because she's viral. You know, she's a viral. Because when they get up into the treehouse, and they're talking, and she was like, well, what are we going to do up here? And he tells her, now she didn't even know what they was going to do up there. All she knew is that she was helping him. She was helping him, and Brad has a plan. You don't leave me, I don't leave you, right? So they up there in the tree house, and they scoping it out and looking around, and he can not only see the whole compound, but he can also see what's behind the walls. And Amy's like, oh, okay. So he teaches her directions. Look over south, south by southeast. Y'all know how men talk. You know, they talking footage. I'd be like, turn right by the big chicken. No. 400 kilometers. Anyway, he teaches her these things. Teaches her what to look out for. They're up there, they're chit-chatting, they're talking, they're working their plan through. They're working their plan through in their own little way, and Amy sees something. But before we get there. Okay, so let's talk about Clark real quick. Now, Clark is just openly walking down the hall talking to Shauna Babcock. Now, she down in 4B. But in his mind, she's walking right behind him. And she's trying to talk to him and thank him for saving her. And he was like, you can thank me by getting out of my head. You know what I'm saying? And acting like it wasn't his intention to do something good and kind for her. You know, he keeps this facade up going the whole episode. He really does have a black heart. He really, really does. Now, we're going to see him do a couple of good things, but we see that ultimately he has a really dark side to himself. So here comes Shauna. She wants to thank him first, and then she wants to give him a little tidbit. I just want to tell you, hey, you did something for me. I want to thank you by telling you need to look out for one of your guys, because he up to no good. He's going to tell everything that's going on around here. You don't want that. He was like, I know all my guys. You can. She was like, okay, well, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens. She poof disappears out of his mind, and then they call and tell him that there's a problem with Polson, Randy Polson, one of his ops guys. And so he goes to see old Polson, and Polson is looking into the glass cage of one of the virals, one of the vamp inmates, and he's looking at the vamp inmate, and Clark's like, hey, what's going on? He was like, do you know what this man did? He raped a girl and strapped her under the bed of his truck and drove 5 states over, where he went on a 5-year killing spree. Okay, 5-year killing spree. Okay, he's one of the most murderous people you'll ever meet. He inside my head. You know what he tells me? He tells me that he loves me. And Clark is like, get your mind together. Get your mind right. This ain't, you got to get it together. You done did 2 tours of duty. You can do this easy peasy. This is an easy score. I'm saying, let's write this thing out, baby. Don't do this. Don't do this. Come on now, snap out of it. Get it together like you snapped out of it with Shauna. Hey, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. See, you can't hide behind lies here because these virals are in and out of the minds of all different types of people. Okay, we know who taking care of Fanning, the caretaker that's taking care of Fanning. We know the caretaker that got yanked up, yoked up, and blah, the blood sucked out and was taking care of Babcock. We haven't really heard about the caretakers that's taking care of all these other people, except for today. Okay, and you know, Paulson tells him, you act like we the lab rat. I mean, they the lab rats. You ever think about we might be the lab rats? It's a moment. It's a moment. It really, really is. Anthony is going through it. Anthony going through it. He dreaming. He thinking about this red-headed woman. He got Fanning in his dream. Fanning is promoting this. Again, he needs Anthony to move along a little quickly, more quickly into being a vamp, being a bloodsucker than what he's doing. We don't know how long it would take had Fanning not accelerated it by getting into Anthony's head and having him dream about what happened, what brought him there. What brought him to a place where he was on death row. Now, it don't take much for a black man, but we gonna just go power on through this. He thinking about the girl that he met. Evidently, he was a man that of grand ideas, and he decided he was gonna flip houses. The first house he flipped, he got it on the market. He got an open house going, and this woman, Ginger, comes to the door. And Ginger comes in like she is in control of everything. And listen, what she did was she came in as though she was helping him. And it was her that needed help. She needed him to bring her into a new situation. A new situation. Because her old situation wasn't working out well. Now, Anthony didn't see all this. He knew she was a little crazy, a little off kilter. It wasn't until one day he noticed that she had a black eye. Okay, this was after she went and bought a home completely separate from the home he flipped. Which he sold. She say she helped, but okay. Now, she done went and bought a home. This is a home for us. It's a home for we. This is a home for our. Okay? And she kind of crazies him into it. You know, just acting like she was the victim and you don't want to help and all that help and this is for me and you and all this stuff. He goes along and concedes with it. And it seemed like they doing real good. They get the house fixed up real nice, real pretty and everything. And then one day she comes over and she got a black eye. And she got mascara running all over her face. All right. And she is not doing well. He really understands what's going on. And she tells him, I'm married. He's aghast. You're married? I mean, y'all done bought a house together. Well, really, Anthony bought the house. She found it. Anthony's the one that bought the house. Now, this is him out as a free man. You married. I knew you was a little crazy, but you a liar too. Really, Anthony? Really? 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 Okay. Okay. All right. You sure went out your way. Anyway, so you know, she tries to calm him down, talk him down. They go to bed that night. Somehow something happened popping pills and drinking wine and being upset and halfway crazy. She end up in the pool dead. When he wake up in the morning, he finds her in the pool dead, floating. And he goes to get her out of the pool and he tries to revive her and all of that. And all of it is for naught. Turns out something happened with her husband. Her husband accused Anthony Clark of hitting her. And they locked his black behind up and put him on death row. Amy and Brad are in the tree house. And Amy sees Polson. Polson, who Clark thinks he has talked down. Clark feels like he got Polson straight. He had a good talking to with Polson. He let him know it was all in his mind. Shauna wasn't controlling him. He think Polson fine. But Polson know what's going on. Polson on the roof. Amy is the one that sees him. And when she tells Brad he has a gun, Brad's like, get down. They get down out of that tree house. And mind you, they in the trees across the lawn from where Clark and those are. Because Clark and those have heard the shots as well. Polson just randomly shooting. He wants a helicopter ride off the compound. He wants a helicopter ride off the compound right now because he has seen. Mine eyes have seen the hatred of the coming of the devil. Okay, he want out. So Amy and Brad got to make it across the lawn. Now Brad tell Amy, listen, stay behind me. We're gonna run real fast, okay? And we're gonna get over here. And we're going to be safe. Don't worry. Amy's scared. She is scared. But you remember now, she's already had her shot. She's part viral now. Whatever degree it is. They take a run across the lawn at Clark's behest. Now, Clark is helping them. They're going to shoot at the guy to get him to get low so Amy and Brad can make it across the line. Now, Clark is helping. He's helping, right? He's helping. So he may be kind of right. Kind of, because he's helping. Amy shot across that lawn so fast and left Brad. Brad was like, Amy, come back. No, Brad, catch up. She get over there. They take her on off the safe, and Brad turns out Brad is a hostage negotiator. So he goes up there to talk to Polson. Him and Polson get to talking, and Polson just tell all the tea. He said, first of all, I done smuggled a vial of Fannon's blood out of here. Okay? And the only way they're going to find it is if they get through me. So if they get rid of me, they ain't gonna find where I put this blood, where I done took this blood. Okay, so the vial of blood supposed to be off the property. They keep talking. Brad gives him a little information. Oh, I've been down to $4 billion, and this ingratiates him with Folsom. Folsom tells him, he said, look, they gonna get out of here. They got a plan, but it's gonna take all of them to do it. They gonna get out of here, and it's not because they're gonna break out. They're gonna get us to let them out of here. Brad is like, I don't understand. Boom, shot, dead. While all of this is going on, Anthony has taken a terrible turn. The further he gets into this story about Ginger and how things played out, the further he gets stressed out and fearful and begins to feel those feelings of pain and anguish, the more stressed out his body becomes. So he's stressed in the mind and he's stressed in the body. All of this is happening because Fanning is causing it. He's in his mind. He's playing out one of the most painful moments of his life. Now, it's manifesting in his body because every time they try to slow down what's going on, he's got a fever, he's seizing. This is Anthony. Every time they try to slow it down a little bit, whatever they do, it's happening really fast. And really, the part of his body that's still human is suffering. Fanning is riding him hard, baby, riding him hard. As only the devil can. They trying to save Anthony. Meanwhile, Polson, before he got shot and killed, he took out a power grid. He took that power grid out because he wanted them to know he mean business. When he took that power grid out, it slowed down them helping Anthony in any way. We got Dr. Jonah working on it, Dr. British working on it, all the doctors trying to save Anthony. They got him in an ice bath. Anthony studied dreaming. He studied season out, all of this stuff. All of this is happening while Folsom is on the roof shooting. When he shoots that power grid out, it's a moment for Fanning to really have a conversation in Anthony's mind with him. And he starts to turn all of his fears on him. She used you. She crazy. Every time you try to make a connection, you gonna get this pain. You gonna feel this pain. The best thing for you to do is come go with us. The best thing for you to do is come be with us. The best thing for you to do is choose this. And you best to choose now. You best to choose now to live. This right here, what you're trying to do is only gonna leave the pain and death. And Anthony, the human side of Anthony, don't want to die. He thought he wanted to die, which is why he didn't really fight going to prison. He felt like it was a lose-lose situation. This is the first time in his life he feels some sense of hope, kind of, sort of, because he's feeling good and he's outside and maybe there's a chance. I don't know. But Fanning is like, no, this is the only choice you got. The only choice you got. And ultimately what he wants him to do is to choose evil. Choose to be a killer. Choose to suck the blood from the living. That's what he wants him to do. And he puts all these pressures on him, these physical pressures and these mental pressures, until Anthony yields. He yields. And when he looks up, even in his dream, he has those goldenrod evil eyes, like a wolf. Not the wolf's eyes are evil, I'm just saying. Okay? And he is, he pulls all those, and he is, Okay. Meanwhile, Shauna been assigned to Amy now. Amy's back in the room in safety. Brad is up on the roof trying to talk down Pulse, and Clark is trying to mediate that situation up there and try not to get too much information out. He's still trying to control everything, even though he done lied and told Dr. British that the reason why he saved Shauna is because the DOD wouldn't allow it. And the girl knew better. She was smart enough to know a lie when she heard it and went and called and double checked on it. Dr. British did, and found out that Clark is a damn lie. Now she got her good eye on Clark. This is why I was iffy about Dr. British, but we gonna see. Meanwhile, Amy in her room, while all hell is breaking loose around her, and Shauna is there wooing and weaving webs of lies. Amy called her out. Huh? Amy called her out, didn't she? Did she call her out? What did Amy say? Amy say, where are you really? Amy say, I know you ain't in this room. You ain't here with me, okay? You making suggestions from somewhere else, okay? It seemed like you present, but you ain't present. I'm not fooled. Then what Amy say? Amy say, show me the real you. Because Amy say, no, baby. You come in here sweet with buttercups and unicorn on your lip, gumdrops and gummy bears. And I'm so sorry to hear about your mom. That's tough. Amy say, let me see who you really are. You sure you want to see that? Amy say, I asked, didn't I? Okay, she shows her. Amy's like, oh, she is afraid. She's afraid, but she still realizes that she must be brave. She must be brave. What did Amy say? I don't want no parts of this. I don't want no parts of you. And then what did Amy do? Amy said, you must leave. I need you to go now. Okay? She ain't sent her from the room. She sent her from her mind. Go now. I said, you, Amy? Amy said, get out. Get out. I don't want no parts of you. I don't want no parts of what you selling. Get out. Sent Shauna on the way. She, all right, I'll be back. I'll be back. When you get back, you going to get the same. Get out of here. Now, Clark done killed Polson, and Brad is mad as hell. Brad is mad as hell. You did that on purpose to shut him up. What about that vial of blood? Oh, we've counted all the vials. They're all accounted for, and you don't have to worry about that. How were you on 4B? Because this is some of the stuff that Brad was telling Polson to keep ingratiate himself. Now, he told Clark that he was bluffing. I was bluffing. Because, see, both Amy and Brad are still working the plan. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. He's got to live too, because now he sees Clark is willing to say and to do anything to remain in control and not to lose control over this situation. Okay, he feels like he's bigger and he's stronger than somebody that can walk in and out of your daytime and nighttime thinking brain. Okay, he think he bigger and stronger than that. That's a mistake. That is a mistake. It really, really is. So the show ends. We go back to Anthony. Anthony done ripped out those those IVs of his blood, and he had stood up in that water with that water cascading off that beautiful dark chocolate body. I was like, don't do this, baby, please. And he, Jonah runs up. He thinks because he's had conversations with Anthony and moments with Anthony that he's still talking to Anthony. But listen, sometimes you ain't talking to the person. Sometimes you're talking to the spirit in the person. Okay? All right? And Anthony takes his face and slings him across the floor. Jumps over there and grabs another medical professional and throws her down on the ground and drinks. Jonah's like, no. And Anthony's like, oh, blood just dripping. So they get out of the room into an auxiliary room of safety. Dr. British pulls him in and one other doctor. And as he stands up, Jonah does, and looks over at Dr. British. Dr. British says, Jonah, your face. Jonah's like, what? She said, whose blood is that? I was like, oh. See, now what this means is that what Fanning did was he not only killed the human side of Anthony, the side that yet still was human in Anthony. He killed this woman that Anthony attacked and drank her blood. And he could possibly have killed Jonah, because we don't know who blood that is on Jonah's face. And sometimes that's how evil works. It's not just to take you out. It's to take out everybody that you would help. That would be of help to someone. As many people as it can. All right. And that's how the episode ends, you guys. But I want to leave y'all with a couple of life lessons, because I learned a lot in this. I love that moment between Amy and Brad when he wanted her to come up the ladder to the treehouse, and it was exposed that she has fear. She has a fear of heights. The way he's able to communicate with her and get her trust, and her feel as though if Brad says it's okay, then it must be okay, because Brad has not let me down thus far. I'm going to trust Brad. Plus, she wanted to anyway. I love that moment. But I love some of the lessons that were in here. Pay attention to the warning signs. Pay attention to the warning signs. We kept pointing out these warning signs in this episode. Not just in this program, but pay attention to the warning signs in your own life, okay? Listen, know your own mind. Know your own mind. The Bible talks about guarding your heart and your mind for a reason. Know your own mind. So when you got the enemy coming in telling you something, dropping seeds, instigating, turning you against this one, that one, and the other, know your own mind. Know your own mind. Okay? And have your own mind. Make your own mind up. Don't let nobody else make your mind up for you, okay? Let's talk about Ginger. Some folks come acting like they helping you, and they the ones that really need your help. Okay, they come in acting like they gonna do all this for you, and this is gonna be, and I helped, and all of this stuff, and really it was you that they needed. Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, and look at Clark. Sometimes the enemy will help you. It don't mean that he ain't your enemy. What it means is that the enemy can be used too. The enemy can be used too. All right. Okay, remember, what others plan for evil, God will turn it around for y'all good. Okay, the enemy can be used too. Okay, all right, listen. Oh, but wait, let's talk about Leela and Lacey. Leela and Lacey get a good report from the reporter, you guys. They find out that the next day they're going to go live and reveal everything. The reporter has done her investigation. She got a person on camera. They on camera, but they disguise, telling the truth about what happened with the Shauna Babcock situation, that she wasn't killed, that she wasn't executed, that she in fact was taken away from there. Okay, and they gonna go live the next day, and the reporter tells Leela and tells Lacey that it's a lot of people that's mad about this. It's going to be a problem. So y'all need to protect yourselves. And Lacey say, I am the protection. I was like, I believe it. Oh, I believe that Lacey is a regulator. Okay, she's a regulator. All right, and the next day they watching the news, and instead of the live showing, what they show is the fact that the reporter was killed in a car accident. Lacey said, we must go now. Like, no, wait a minute, I don't understand. She said, we got to go now. Now they on the run. Brad dealing with the enemy in there, and they dealing with the enemies outside. I'm telling you, this episode is on a roller coaster train. Okay? Lacey hit that gun. I said, oh, yeah, she's a regulator, baby. But listen, Amy and Brad ain't no small potato. That's it, you guys. Those were the little lessons. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Did y'all watch it? What did you guys get from it? Y'all get down in the comments and tell me some of the little nuances that you noticed in this episode. Do you see what I'm saying about good and evil is neck and neck? What about this vial of blood? What y'all think about Anthony? What we find out is that Fanning, like I said, is using the energy from all of the other vamps. In order for him to reach maximum power, he has to have all of them. Does this mean Amy too? Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. I don't want my baby to be sucking no blood. We can talk about it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.